Well, Jurgen, you and your team have given us some unbelievable nights here at Anfield. That is another one of them. What a team! What a second half performance.
Yeah, absolutely right. I love them. Honestly, I loved them before, but I fell in love again because it's such an incredible character. But they show more often than not. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I'm so happy about this performance tonight, even about the first half, because to develop you have to make mistakes. So we made mistakes first half. We played exactly in the spaces they wanted us to play. That makes no real sense, but how can you learn it? That's how it is, and we did that. And so they could score simple goals, let me say like this. We lost the ball, they one more pass and they weren't behind our line. We had a few more situations, so we needed Caoimhin quite a few times. But that's fine. And so we made some changes in the second half again. And then it's still not easy to get to turn a game around like this then, with all the momentum obviously Leicester had from the first half. But what the boys did then, wow, outstanding.
So many individual performances to be happy about as well, but what about the moment for Taki right at the end, the pressure that he brings it down on his chest, and such an unbelievably good finish as well.
Good timing. Nice cross, James Milner and Taki on his chest, and bam, far corner. Outstanding. And he was the happiest man and after the game, obviously, because Caoimhin saved him then. By the way, Caoimhin Kelleher, not only the 2 penalties, but the big chance Albrighton had in the second half. So it was always clear that they will have 1 or 2 counter-attacking still. And that you need a goalie, but we have a goalie, thank God then. He's an outstanding goalie. And yeah, you're right. So many outstanding individual performances, but that's how a good football team, how you can get a good football team, a good football game.
It's one of the last things that Pep Lijnders shouts before you go out onto the pitch together. Have you ever known togetherness like the squad that you have here at the moment, that they fight for every inch together?
It's a special group. It's absolutely a special group. I said, I was in love with them before the game. I fell in love again. It's so nice that the young kids coming up, really breathing in all the things from the more experienced boys, how the more experienced boys deal with them. So Owen Beck, he played 15 minutes. Wow, what a talent. Conor Bradley's an incredible player, really. First half, he passed 2 balls, maybe he shouldn't play. But yeah, he learned that. He will not play them again. And Tyler obviously had a yellow card, a proper yellow card, so we had to make that change. And Billy, he played really good. He played really good, but it was then really not easy. When you lose the ball in these areas, it's for a centre half not easy. So, but we had Ibu out there, and it was clear 45 minutes he can go. So we had to decide first or second. Decided for second, and in the end it worked out.
A wonderful early Christmas present from us to you. Have a good one, Jurgen. We wish you all the best. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. See you.
Well, Caoimhin, I don't know quite where to start, but how far away was that night did you feel at half-time tonight?
Yeah, obviously we didn't get off to a great start at half-time, obviously 3-1 down. We're actually quite confident because the goals we gave away were kind of mostly our fault, already giving the ball away. But the manager just said at half-time, you know, if you get the next goal, this crowd will get up and anything can happen. So we always believed right till the end, and that showed.
And with the experience that you had on the pitch in the second half, it was the game of 2 halves, wasn't it? They made such a difference to the team.
Yeah, definitely. I think some of the more senior boys coming on at half-time helped us a bit, just get that bit more control in the game and kind of push forward. And then I think mostly for the second half, we were just kind of camped in their half. So no, that the senior players come on did help us.
You spoke during the week about the togetherness in this squad and what was going to pull you through. That was in so much evidence tonight, how together you are as a squad.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like we always show, we never give up and always keep going till the end. And like you saw, we got that goal at the end again because we never stopped believing, and the crowd just kept pushing us on. So yeah, this group just all surprises me.
How much pressure was on Taki in that moment, do you think, Caoimhin? The fact that he brought it down on his chest with probably the best finish of the night as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Even though he took it down, he still had a lot to do after he took it down, and obviously just hit a great finish. But I was expecting to score because I always do. But like you say, it was probably the last chance of the game, and he was that composed. It was brilliant.
What's your mindset in penalties? Is that the moment where goalkeepers you feel, I can come into my own now, this is my chance to shine again?
Yeah, it's obviously, I think I enjoy the moment. It's a nice moment, like you say. There's not much pressure on you. If you don't save it, then it is what it is. But no, I always relish it and enjoy the chance to try and make a save.
You shrugged it off there, but 2 brilliant saves that had Anfield as noisy as anybody has probably ever heard it. What does that feel like for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's an exhilaration throughout my whole body. I don't really know what's happening, but now when I make that save and I hear the crowd, it's an amazing feeling, to be honest.
Just a word for John Achterberg, Caoimhin, as well, because we see him with all these signals to you on the touchline. Does he claim an assist for any of those saves there?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I'd put it all down to them, because they do so much research and so much analysis into penalties and stuff that honestly it's all down to the coaches, John and Jack, to be honest.
And just finally now, do we want to go on and win it? Is this a competition we want to go on and lift now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're in the semi-finals now, so 2 more games and now we're in the final, so hopefully we can get there.
Well done, pal.
Thanks,
Brilliant.
man. Cheers.
And it's a night full of drama here at Anfield this evening, and it is, in the end, Liverpool who progressed to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. 3-3 it was against Leicester City after normal time. Caoimhin Kelleher saving 2 spot kicks in the shootout to send the Reds through to the semis. Stephen Warnock, Jason McAtee, it was never in doubt, was it?
No, what were we worried about? It's just not us unless we do it like that, is it? The drama. It was a game of 2 halves, basically, wasn't it? You know, the experienced lads came on at half-time. James Milner came on. You just seen the lads quicken the pace up. Stephen said it straight away as soon as you seen them, didn't he? The tempo, the quickness, speed of thought, the passes. It did change the game. It put them on the back foot. They got deeper and deeper. You know, they held out. They defended really well at times, Leicester, and then they just seemed to run out of steam. And even you said we'll get one last opportunity, didn't you? And we did. Felt Minamino. We got the equaliser. Pens can go either way. It's just one of them things. But it's been a good night. It's been a really, really good night. Typical cup game.
It was. I mean, we say sometimes the League Cup isn't right up there as a priority, but it was a priority at the end of that game, wasn't it? Everyone was on the edge of their seats.
Yeah, and I think what was interesting was, we said before the game this wasn't Jurgen's priority. The substitutions tell you at half-time.
Yeah.
Different. I thought it was really interesting. I think he had to make the changes because if he didn't make those changes, you could have seen them really run away with it, Leicester. I think if Vardy puts the shot in that hits the post, then the game's put to bed, the game's over. But they were given that lifeline of that shot hitting the post and then having the opportunity to make those changes at half-time. And when you bring someone on of Diogo Jota's quality as well, the opportunities that he gets, he's going to take them. I mean, the goal he scores, his touch is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But what we saw was, like Jason says, the speed of thought, the movement was so much better, and it was such a dominant display in the second half.
Yeah, you've got to give massive credit to that 11 that started the second half, because we probably weren't giving Liverpool an awful lot of hope, were we? And then they came on and absolutely turned it around that second 45.
When the team sheets come out, you could see the gulf in experience. You know, the class that Leicester had. You could tell Brendan Rodgers, wanted to progress in this competition. He played a very strong team. And then you see Liverpool's team full of inexperience, with a sprinkling of, older senior pros, and you just wondered how it was going to go. And to be fair, you could see the dominance of Leicester in the first half. They punished Liverpool for the slightest mistakes. Jamie Vardy, you just can't give him them opportunities. Like Stephen said, if that goal had gone in when it comes off the post, if that had gone into the back of the net, then you probably would be looking at Leicester going through. The gulf then, I think, would have been too big for Liverpool to get back, although you could never write them out. But, things happen in football. I think the changes needs to be made for 2 things: probably to stay in the tie, to give Liverpool the opportunity of trying to claw it back, but also maybe to stop Leicester going on and scoring 2 or 3, because you felt that was the way it could go as well. With the inexperience of Liverpool, it was just too much for some of the players. Just tonight, the strength of Leicester was too much for some of the players. So the changes needs to be made, like Stephen said.
Yeah, you can see the boss with the fist pumps to the cough at the end when they come out. It might not be the Champions League, but the passion's there, isn't it?
Oh, the passion was there. I think you could see that. I think it was the reason he gives those responses is because of what the fans give. Now, if you get the fans off the edge of the seats, you're going to get a response off them. The second half display gave the fans that, and Jurgen Klopp knows what they're doing for the team, so that's why he gives them that credit. They love that. They love that sort of connection with Jurgen Klopp, and rightly so. He knew the part they played tonight, and it was vitally important.
I think the culture of the club, I keep using this word culture because that's what it is here. It's a winning mentality. You know, and I think what pleased the manager is the fact that they never give up. You know, 2 goals down and they're still knocking on the door trying to get back into this tie. It's quite easily to go, it's the League Cup. You know, it's freezing cold, it's wet, it's like, you know, there's a load of kids on the pitch. It'd be easy to like sort of throw the towel in, but that's not what this club's about. It's not what these players are about. And I think more that will please him more. And obviously winning and going through and progressing, he'll be made up with that. But the manner in which they did it, to come from behind, to show that attitude, to show that quality, that mentality, you know, that this has been built on, that's him all over. And like Stephen says, he knows what it means to the fans. We got into it. Listen, their fans played their part tonight. They give us some stick in the 3-1. So our fans played into the pantomime as well. So to come back, it was, you know, justification for them, wasn't it, to give them a bit of stick. And he knew that. And it was just a typical cup tie. I keep saying it, but it was, and it was great. It was great to see them come through it and progress.